Hi, friends. Happy Friday. Welcome to our latest episode where we're going to talk about who is depending on you to win. My name is Tyler. We've never met before. I'm a mentor here at More Success and Significance. We're passionate about free enterprise as a vehicle to offer more success and significance into the life of people who choose that path, choose that road. Before we get into it, if you're new or a recurring visitor, thank you for tuning in. If you could drop me a comment down below, give me your favorite emoji, thumbs up, wave. I'd love to meet you, love to connect with you. I'm always amazed at how many people are checking us out. So thanks for doing that. Love to hear a little bit more about your story and how you found us. So thanks again for tuning in. I have to share with you guys a little bit this morning. I had a wonderful opportunity to go down to a not-for-profit event here in the local area and listen to a good friend of mine. We've known each other for 10 years, and the work that he's doing when it comes to his nonprofit, in this in particular, he is working inside the prison system and helping people have a successful transition from in prison to outside of the prison walls in communities and businesses of their own. And I really got to thinking about the people that I was surrounded with. They were business owners in the community, other entrepreneurs, successful people that you would look at in their own right. And I have to tell you, what he was talking about up on the stage, about the work that they've been able to do, with the resources that they've been able to raise, the lives that they have been able to touch in our local area, it absolutely broke me down. And it moved me to tears, the kind of impact that they were having in their community. And can I tell you that much of that impact was done from people who had the resources, sometimes money. They were giving of their funds to help that foundation, to help that not-for-profit thrive. Their resources, they were employing people to actually give them opportunities, or the people that they employed, they were giving time to their employees to go volunteer at this foundation to help with their efforts. And or lastly, third, their own time. They were volunteering of their own time to give to these efforts. And it just got to me to think, as we were going around and we were kind of sharing our experiences, we could potentially help and offer the community, that the question came to mind: who needs you to win? If you are thinking about being an entrepreneur that gives you opportunities to potentially employ other people or make significant income, make residual income, have a little bit more flexibility in your time, what could you do with those additional resources? And looking around in your immediate circle of influence, maybe that's your friends, maybe that's your family, maybe that's your community. Who is depending on you to maximize your potential, to maximize the resources and the abilities and the talents that you have to go out and create something of massive value, so you can use that value and pour it back into those people? And that could absolutely be money, but it could also be time. It could also be the other team members that are around you, leveraging their efforts and coming up with either volunteer opportunities or projects that you could put together and help people. So this one is gonna be a little bit more short, this live, because honestly, it was a little bit of an impromptu this morning. I had some other things I wanted to share, but I thought that this would really grab and challenge other people, because it really grabbed and challenged me. It stretched me to be like, what else could we be doing? What else could we be doing to generate more value so that we could in turn give that value to people who are in need of it? And I think that's an amazing challenge. I think that's an amazing thought about how we can use those talents and abilities to better serve the community, our friends, our family, acquaintances that are around us, and have a real positive impact in the world. Because I don't know about you, but if you spend a little bit of time around people who are, let's say, making a lot of money and they're entrepreneurs, they're at times, I think, come under scrutiny about, well, what they're doing with that money, what they're doing with that wealth. Should they be taxed? Should it not be taxed? And I'm going to stay away from that topic per se around the taxing of different entities. But I do want to say, to tilt that a little bit on its head and say, it isn't always about using that money or making a lot of money, especially with the people that I was around today who were very successful. They were actually looking at themselves, what else can we do? How can we use those efforts, pour them back into our community? Like I said, whether it's because now we have some time flexibility, now maybe we have some disposable income that we can use to invest and pour that back into people that are in need. And I wanted to ask you the question, if you're starting about this, start to dream a little bit. If you got to a place where you were starting to have more than you needed, and you knew that that income was coming in day over day, month over month, year over year, that's what a business system will do to you. What would you start to do with that income? What would you start to do with those resources? Who around you do you know of right now that you could be a benefit to those people by either giving your time, maybe some of the team members that you're employing, or then also your money, your resources to them, that they could start making an impact of the people around you? So I would encourage you to have a little time and reflect. Start to dream a little bit. When that money starts to come in, the big dreams and the visions that you have about a business of your own, and it starts to come in day over day, month over month, year over year, what are some things outside yourself that are counting on you or in need of you to win, so that you can be a benefactor to them, that you can start giving back to them and seeing the value that you can provide for them? I tell you what, friends, in my experience this morning, it absolutely moved me. And that, I believe, is how we move from only success into a life of significance. How can we have significant impact in the lives of our friends, our family, and our communities that surround us? So I'll leave you with that. Challenge you to sit down, think about that, dream about that, about the impact that you could have with your communities around you. And then, as always, until next time, I'm wishing you all nothing but more success and significance in your life. Cheers. See you, everyone.